At the start of the lash lifting procedure, it is crucial to assess the natural lashes of the client. The best time to evaluate the lashes is when the client is seated or standing by looking straight ahead. By doing so, we can observe the natural direction and the growth pattern of the lashes. Now, let's closely examine the lashes of our model. A majority of the lashes have a natural curl, but if we observe from the side, we can see that the lashes towards the outer corners tend to grow downwards. To address this, we would typically use a lift type pad, which is designed to create a strong lift in the central part of the lash line. However, since the outer lashes are more challenging to curl, we won't achieve as much of a curl on them using a lift type pad alone. Our model has expressed a desire for more curl in the outer corners, so to meet her needs, we'll use a curl type pad instead. This will give the entire lash line, including the outer corners, the lift and curl that she desires. It's important to determine the type of pad to be used when the client is standing or seated. However, when it comes to selecting the correct size of the pad, that should be done once the client is laying down. This will allow us to accurately measure the length of the lashes and choose the appropriate pad size accordingly. This process is crucial in ensuring that the client gets the best results possible. We always recommend testing 2 pad sizes to ensure optimal results. So we have prepared the large and extra large pads for comparison. Let's go ahead and apply both sizes to see which one gives the most natural and desired effect. Another great feature of our pads is their flexibility, meaning they don't require adhesive to stick to the eyelids. Their anatomical shape ensures they fit well without the need for glue. As you can see, we fold the pad slightly and apply it directly on the base of the lash line, leaving about 1 millimeter of space between the pad and the roots of the lashes. One important detail to remember: the pad must not sit directly on the lashes themselves. If the pad touches the lashes, it could create an unwanted crease or bend in the final result. We'll keep an eye on this and adjust the pad if necessary to avoid it from touching the lashes. To check the pad size, we'll apply the silicone pad using a microfiber brush and press the lashes gently against it to observe how much they extend. With the large size pad, we can see that the lashes are extended to their maximum length. However, they extended too far beyond the ideal limit. With the Maxymova pads, the longest lashes should ideally extend no more than 75% of the way up on the pads. So now we'll try the extra large size pad to see if it gives a more natural effect. With the extra large pad, the lashes will have more relaxed and natural curl. After applying the pad, we will use a microfiber brush to gently press the lashes onto the pad to see that they now extend about 60 to 75% of the way, which is the ideal range for creating the perfect curl. Before starting the treatment, we will thoroughly cleanse the lashes to ensure that they are free from any makeup or oils. We will be using the Maxymova mousse to clean the lashes. After washing both lashes and the area around the eyes, we will dry them with a clean cloth and rinse them with water. For a more in-depth cleanse, we will use a damp cotton pad to wipe down the lashes once more. Next, we will isolate the lower lashes using reusable silicone patches. This is a crucial step to ensure that no product gets on the lower lashes during the procedure. For this procedure, we will be using two different types of adhesives. The first adhesive is a standard glue, which we will apply to the upper lashes. It's important to note that for hygiene purposes, we will never use the glue directly from the tube. Instead, we will place a small drop of glue on our lami pad for easier and cleaner application. When applying the glue to the lashes, we will always begin from the inner corner of the eye. It's important to apply the adhesive primarily to the middle and the upper sections of the lashes, avoiding the roots as much as possible to prevent any oversaturation and ensure proper adhesion. Once the lashes are in place, symmetry is key. We will use a micro brush for precise application, ensuring that only the necessary amount of glue is used, and that the lashes are positioned evenly and parallel to each other. If any of the lashes cross over each other or become tangled, we can use the Y golden metal tool by Maxymova to comb through and separate them. In order to achieve the desired outcome of a lash lifting process, it is important that you can see underneath that lash line as it has been lifted outwards. Even if you don't apply strong pressure, you should still see this line as demonstrated. It's important to maintain balance without pulling too hard, but achieving the desired result. If we notice that some lashes are still crossed after the initial application, the M tool can be used for spot corrections, but we must be careful. It's a sharp tool and should be handled carefully to avoid damage. Now that we've completed the first eye, we will move on to the second eye, where we will demonstrate an alternative method for pulling the lashes onto the pad. This time, we will be using Maxymova's Blue Lash Balm. The process is similar, but we will show you some small differences in technique. We apply a small amount of the balm onto the pad using a micro brush and gently pull the lashes into place. It's important to focus the application of the balm in the middle and the tips of the lashes, avoiding the roots to ensure a clean and natural lift. Keep in mind that it is important to maintain the correct tension of the lashes, even if it seems that they are here quickly. Once half of the lashes have been lifted onto the pad, we recommend going in with your wire tool. Please note, during the combing process, it might remove a small amount of glue. So, after this step, we simply apply a bit more balm on top to ensure the lashes adhere well. Notice that after placing the lashes with the balm and combing them through with the wire tool, we reapply a small amount of balm and allow the lashes to dry. This is important to ensure that they stay firm in place. Once the lashes are set, we will move on to applying step 1, lift cream. To extract the cream from the sachet, we will use the M tool to create a small hole in the sachet and squeeze out the required amount. We recommend using Maxymova's brush number 6 for the application process, as it allows for even distribution of the product. For shorter lashes, you might prefer brush number 7, as it offers more precision in coverage. When applying step 1, we start from the center of the lash line and work our way outwards, leaving about 2 millimeters of space from the roots of the lashes. We start applying step 1 from the center of the eye, as this is where the strongest and most resilient lashes are located. It is recommended that the product is placed 2 millimeters away from the lash line. If you find it difficult to assess how close step 1 has been applied to the line, you can always use a mirror to check. This distance ensures that the lift will be gentle and natural, without overcurling the lashes. A reason why lash artists prefer to use Maxymova is because it is a thick solution and it does not drip or run into the client's waterline. After applying step 1, we will start the timer. For our model, who has relatively thick and stiff lashes, we will leave the product on for roughly 8 minutes. For clients with thinner lashes, we should start checking the curl around 4 to 5 minute mark. When applying step 1, pay attention to the tips of the lashes. There isn't a strict rule about millimeters here, however we base it on the desired curl. We applied to the upper line where we wanted the curl to end. If you applied higher, the lashes will be too curled. It's important to keep this in mind when applying step 1. Next, we clean the sachet using a cotton pad to remove any excess product and fold them carefully over the opening. Then, we securely seal the sachet with adhesive tape. This way, it prevents air from entering and the contents of the single sachet are enough for 5 procedures. We recommend using it as soon as possible, within 1 to 2 or 3 days most, to maintain its effectiveness. After 8 minutes, we checked the state of the lashes. We take a lash by the tip, located in the center of the eye, as these are usually among the strongest lashes. We start bending it gently, and you can see it becomes softer and begins to curl. However, it is not fully ready yet. We place it back gently to give it a bit more time, and we will continue monitoring the preparation and check in again in a few minutes. It's important to remember that if your client's lashes are thinner, start checking even around the 4 to 5 minute mark. Our model's lashes are quite stiff, so we checked around the 8-minute mark of the procedure. Another 2.5 minutes have passed, and we are now checking lashes in the same area. Notice how they have become soft and started to curl. This is a clear sign that step 1 has worked, and we can move on to removing the first phase of lifting. To remove the step 1, we use Maxymova's magnetic brush number 3 with the wide head. We will also use a clean cotton pad on which we will apply the product. We always start removing the step 1 from the inner corner of the eye, as these lashes are the thinnest. It took 12 minutes to ensure that step 1 had worked. Therefore, I highly recommend always checking the lashes. When the client returns for the second time after 6 to 7 weeks, it may take less time. In this case, we will check after 6 or 7 minutes because it is very important to pay attention to the lash and how it is lifting. After removing the first phase of step 1, we notice that some lashes on the eye where we use the lash balm have come loose. Don't worry, this is not a problem. We simply just apply the balm with a micro brush and lay them back down in place. When opening up the second step, we proceed in the same way that we did with our first solution. Note that during the application of the second step, we spread it slightly higher as it should cover step 1 and where that was applied, as well as a little bit higher up the tips. We will be applying step 2 cream for 7 to 8 minutes, which will neutralize step 1 and set the curl in place. It is recommended to repeat the same step for step 1 and step 2 and close up the sachet and secure it in place with tape. At this stage, we are also doing a brow lamination, applying step 1 lift cream to the brows while step 2 is processing on the lashes. It's important to not apply the product too close to the brow skin to avoid irritation. Since we are not using glue on the brows, the procedure will be significantly faster. We do not recommend to perform any skin waxing before applying the compounds for lamination. After 5 minutes, we would check the brow hairs to see if the lift has taken effect and then remove the product using brush number 3. Eight minutes is up and we are now taking off step 2 using Maxymova's number 3 brush, going in the same direction as the hairs and pushing away the product from root to tip. Coming back to the eyebrows, they are now looking soft and flexible after applying step 1. This has been left on for 8 minutes and we are using a brush to gently lift the hairs up into the desired shape. We are now ready for the solution to be removed from the brow hairs, and we once again are using Maxymova number 3 brush and pushing in the same direction we have brushed the hairs, then applying step number 2 for 7 to 8 minutes. To help keep the brows in place, we use the Maxymova brow patch. This holds the brow hairs securely without generating heat or steam. Now that step 2 has set the curl in place, we can proceed with the coloring process. We have already mixed the lash dye and we will be applying it with brush number 5. Once the desired color is reached, we'll remove the dye and let the lashes dry completely. Finally, we apply the Gosha serum, where we will let it absorb into the lashes for 5 minutes. This step helps nourish the lashes and helps them retain their health and shine. While the Gosha serum is sitting on the lashes, we are completely removing step 2 from the brows, using a dry cotton round. The Gosha serum is now ready to be removed and we are going in with Maxymova brush number 3 to remove it from the root all the way up to the tips. We can choose between two final products for the lashes, either Step 3 Keratin Booster or the Lash and Brow Cocktail. Both products nourish and strengthen the lashes, but the Lash and Brow Cocktail offers a broader range of nourishing ingredients. We decided to use the Lash and Brow Cocktail, and to apply this we are using a dry Q-tip, and we will be brushing this from the root to the tip of the lashes. After dabbing the cotton tip through the lashes and we have removed the pad, we are now going in with a microfiber brush with the Lash and Brow Cocktail and carefully cleaning the spaces between the lashes. It's important to do this by moving upwards in the area. Since our model already has microbladed brows, we will skip the brow colouring step and simply apply the Lash and Brow Cocktail for nourishment. Now the procedure is complete, let's take a look at the final results. They are looking beautiful. The lashes are perfectly lifted and the outer corners have that extra curl that the client desired. The results are stunning and will last for approximately 6 weeks.